This was a lot of fun. So this brought together Native American students from all over the United States, representing multiple different schools and multiple different sports, female athletes, male athletes, and being able to talk to them about some ideas about athlete health and wellness. I focus a lot of my talk on sport-related concussion. So I defined what a sport-related concussion is for them, but then we went through a lot of misunderstandings or myths about that injury. And then I also covered some ideas about hydration and sleep that have been known to be related to athletic performance. So what's great about this opportunity is, again, I was speaking directly to student athletes. So I'm able to share with them, I was able to share with them some ideas and some strategies that they can employ in their own training. And what was really interesting is that afterwards I had several of them come up to me and share with me their own experiences with sleep or hydration or with concussion that went along with the ideas that I was sharing with them in the presentation. So they were saying, yeah, this makes sense. I've experienced this, or our coaches do this, or we've changed this because of these things that you're telling us. So it was nice to hear that it resonated with them and that there were, again, real-world examples that they can take with them and apply to their own health and performance. There's a lot of misunderstandings about concussion as an injury. So first and foremost, sport-related concussion is a traumatic brain injury caused by a direct blow to the head, neck, or body that causes an impulsive force to the brain during a sport or a recreational type of activity. That's the definition of a sport-related concussion. But a lot of the misunderstandings that go along with it are, does someone need to get knocked out or lose consciousness to have a concussion? No, only about 10% or fewer of athletes actually lose consciousness who get concussed. So that is not a positive indication that somebody needs to get knocked out in order to have a concussion. Another question is, can you see a concussion on an X-ray or a CT scan? And the answer to that is no. We can't use modern imaging devices or techniques to be able to diagnose a concussion. It comes from a clinician being able to evaluate an athlete, and a lot of times that's reporting symptoms that an athlete may have in terms of how they feel, expressing nausea, sensitive to light and sounds, having difficulty remembering, concentrating, troubles with balance. Those are all indicators that somebody is impaired. But that's how the decision is made. Even in 2026, we don't have a positive test that you can give, like an X-ray or a blood test, to be able to determine whether someone has a concussion. So it's based on that clinical judgment. Another question is, do concussions only happen in football? No, absolutely not. Concussions happen in almost any sport where there's an opportunity to collide with another individual, get knocked to the ground, or get hit in the head. So while football does carry a greater risk of concussion than a lot of other sports, concussions do occur in many other sports as well. Another question has to do with rest and recovery. It's long been thought that athletes should be put in a room, a dark room, and not being given any stimulus and fully resting until they're recovered from the injury. We now know that if you can introduce exercise and physical activity early in the recovery period, that athletes are actually going to recover better. So that's just an example of a number of the topics that I discussed. Common questions that come up from athletes and parents and coaches when an individual has a concussion, because as much as we talk about concussions, there's still a lot of misinformation out there.